Today I'm going to share with you three things. The first one will be some of the lessons learned for us in studying business model transformations. Then some of the tools that we have developed which can help companies in their transformations, and some of the new ideas that we would like to develop in this field over the next few years. I would like to start with defining what the aspiration is. What are sustainable business models, or what are we striving to transform towards here? So here are some of the features and of the ideas that describe sustainable business models, and there is a lot more to that, but these are some key ideas that we would like to put forward in front of you and hopefully take forward together. So sustainable business models explain the logic of how firms create, deliver, and capture value while putting sustainability at the core of the business. And we heard some thoughts on embedding sustainability into the business already. Sustainable business models adopt a broader meaning of value and consider a broader set of stakeholders, which spread out to as far as the natural environment and society being viewed as primary stakeholders of the firm, alongside shareholders, customers, and suppliers. Sustainable business models strive for stakeholder mutuality. And what do we mean by that? We mean that stakeholders, all stakeholders in the business, should share the benefits, but also the responsibility for the health and the well-being of the value creation system. Sustainable business models also adopt a long-term systems view of the business. My next slide is actually focusing on the concept of value. And what do we mean by value in the context of sustainable business models? And like I said, we'd like to take a view, an enhanced view of value, which goes beyond the economic and monetary value to consider social and economic benefits that the firm creates for its stakeholders. So we would like to see the three dimensions of value: sustainable economic value, sustainable social value, and sustainable environmental value in synergy rather than compromising each other. The next slide is on sharing some insights on the challenges of business model transformations that we have obtained in our studies. So challenges, like I said, they're no longer contained to the organization, but they spread across the business network of the transforming company. They consider reassessing of the meaning of value, like I said, for the business, but also for the customers, thinking more than just the economic value, which brings us to the shift in mindset, which some of us already discussed today. This is a shift in mindset from making things and thinking in terms of products and features to thinking in terms of outcome and value-based functionality. Then we have the relationship with the customer, which in product service systems becomes closer and more knowledge of the customer is needed. That leads to reassessing also the supply chain or the relationships in the supply chain. Typically, large manufacturers are in a position of power with their suppliers, but once you start moving towards services, you will need your suppliers to be on your side. And some power shifts are visible in these kinds of relationships up to the emergence of what we call now the power suppliers, the suppliers that are actually larger than the OEMs. Talking of relationships, a company needs to build stronger relationships in the network in order to find, in many cases, new partners. And we heard the tale of the kissing frog, sometimes unusual partners that can help you deliver this new business model. Which brings us to the design of the new offering. Another challenge is to integrate the service element in a traditionally product offering. How much service? And what is service? And are you going to sell service as an add-on? Are you going to be a solution provider? These are all decisions that manufacturers need to make in the design of the new offering. Then how are you going to deliver that new offering? Are you capable of delivering this new product service offering, or do you need to perhaps acquire a company, or do you need to develop that capability in-house? And there we come to the capabilities. An assessment of capabilities is required once you consider these shifts in the business models. It is a risky transformation, and hence only the few case studies that we are aware of and that we keep repeating to each other. It is risky in terms of the cost involved in the investment. It's risky in terms of the time and commitment. It's risky in terms of being public. Such transformations are usually not kept low profile. They can be very public. A company can be very much exposed while making such changes, which it is not ready yet to commit to. So new performance measures are required. How do you measure what's immeasurable? How do you measure service when you've traditionally sold products? These are really new challenges. And how do you translate that into a contract that a customer can buy into or a supplier can buy into with these new performance metrics? So these are some of the lessons we've learned, and these are some of the challenges that the companies have gone through in the transformation to a new business model. So someone once said, "You just built a minefield for my business." If you think about it, there's a lot of difficult things to overcome if you are going to transform your business model into a new one. So this is where we come with our work and tools that we have developed to support such business model transformations, to guide companies in understanding or overcoming these challenges better. And today I'm going to just mention 3 of the tools that we have developed over the past 5 years. It is also safe to say that the ideas have actually matured over a much longer period of time. But the tools are now ready to use and have been in use with multiple companies that have found them useful. So the 3 tools, the value mapping tool, the sustainable value analysis tool, and the business transformation tool, have been integrated in what we call the sustainable business model design process. And this process we conduct in a 2-day workshop with companies interested in redesigning or considering a new design for their business model. Here is the value mapping tool. Many of you might be familiar. It is a tool that emerged from a large European project that we were part of and finished last year. But since then, it has been researched and developed further from multiple input from researchers, but also companies that we have engaged with. And this is really the most mature tool that we have, and we have very high confidence in its functionality. We've used it multiple times, more than 40 workshops we're counting. And with multiple companies, we've used it for teaching. And so we've used it to make change happen. The way the tool works is in a step-by-step process. So what does the value mapping tool do? It elicits failed value exchanges within the organization and the network. So what it helps identify are negative impacts, failed value exchanges, and turn those into value opportunities that can be potential points for innovation of the business model. So this is just the process as an illustration how the tool is used in a step-by-step guided workshop. The next tool, the sustainable value analysis tool, similarly to the value mapping tool, elicits failed value exchanges across the business network of the company, but it takes a life cycle perspective. So what is particularly interesting about this tool is that it can help identify opportunities for products and services innovation. And we spoke about this morning about innovative products and how to find ways of innovating products. This is one tool that can be very helpful in finding ways of innovating a product to become more sustainable that can lead then to business model innovations. And similarly to the value mapping tool, it is a step-by-step process which we can guide companies through in a workshop environment where they can bring their stakeholders, depending on the problem that they're trying to resolve. These could be product designers or could be real external stakeholders of the firm. And then the third tool that I'm going to mention today is the business transformation tool, which takes a new value opportunity that has emerged from the previous analysis, or it takes just a completely brand new idea and helps turn that idea into a new business model design, which includes an action plan for its implementation. And similarly, we have a step-by-step process. So what we've tried to do with the tools is really synthesize multiple streams of research over, like I said, 5 years or more, and try to make them really user-friendly and also in a language that business understands and that they can work with. In terms of forthcoming workshops that we're having a taster session of this workshop on Wednesday, and some of you are coming. So you'll be able to experience and taste how these tools work. We're also having the Sustainability Leadership Lab, which is a 2-day workshop here in Cambridge, partnering with the Cambridge Institute for Sustainability Leadership. So we are trying to engage as many industry practitioners as possible, as well as using the tools for education. So my third point today is about the ideas that we're developing at the moment and we will be developing over the next 5 years in the space of business model innovation. The first project is called Business Models for Sustainable Industrial Systems. It has been funded by EPSRC, who acknowledge the importance of this field of research. What we are trying to build here is a simulation model which enables experimentation of business model innovations. And we heard a few times today how difficult experimentation is. It requires time, it's costly, it involves multiple people. So with this project, we're trying to de-risk and reduce the cost of experimentation and enable companies to play with different ideas and different innovations that they might have in mind. Another project that we are kicking off is in the field of flexible manufacturing, where we will be looking to develop a new business model for a new disruptive technology in the chemical industry. And apart from these large projects funded by these two main funders, we have multiple PhD projects. And here's a list of our PhD students working in this field, who you can talk to afterwards. So we are looking at sustainable business value analysis for product service systems, and one of the tools was touching upon that theme. Now is looking into what happens at the end of life of electric vehicle batteries. So if you have any ideas, please go and talk to her. Kirsten is looking into sustainable nutrition, or what business models can enable food manufacturers and food providers to sell us healthy food. Jan is looking into the capabilities that a firm needs in order to develop business model innovations combined with eco-efficiency endeavors that we discussed this morning. And Sandra is looking into an assessment framework to identify sustainability innovation opportunities. So if any of these research ideas strike a chord with you, please come and talk to us afterwards. Thank you.